Hi, I'm Danny Pops, and today we're going to be looking at the Klipsch. It's probably a German word. We've got the Klipsch 1 and the Klipsch 3, and these are both the version 2 of it. So it gets like super confusing because like the Klipsch 1 is actually the Klipsch 1 2, and the 3 is the 3 2. So yeah, super confusing naming convention. That's what you get for using numbers. So the 1 and the 3 come from the Klipsch Heritage series, which is kind of cool because Klipsch actually has like a direct lineage to these speakers. Traditionally they make like, I guess like more audiophile specific stuff like the Heresy or the Cornwell. And they've basically taken those and like tried to boil them down into this weird mid-century modern style speaker, which I love. I love the design of these speakers. For example, this is a real wood veneer top, and then this one's also real wood, but it's like a black surface that's probably very easy to get fingerprints on. Not fingernails, that's gross. The tweed fabric on both of them is very high quality, and overall, like the steel interface, the steel knobs and buttons have a really nice feel to them. They both have analog switches for on and off. Overall, like they have definitely put a lot of effort into making sure that it feels like a premium experience. So that is like kind of one of the nice things pulling them out of the box. Specs wise, you've got the Klipsch 1, which is a 60 watt speaker. It's got 2 tweeters and 1 sub. And then the Klipsch 3 is twice the power, 120 watts. I don't know if that's continuous. And it's got a subwoofer and then 2 tweeters in it as well. They're both Bluetooth 4.0, so you're kind of hitting on the older stuff, but some of the inputs I appreciate on these. The 1 actually has a 3.5 aux cable in it, as well as the 3 also has an aux cable. It also has the phono cables built in, and then a weird USB port, which I'm not really sure how you're supposed to use that, but I guess it's for some sort of specialized audio listening, maybe at a higher bit rate or something like that. They even include like a remote in the box, which is very random. And the remote doesn't like let you do anything special. It doesn't like let you equalize the noise or anything. So I'm not really sure why they included it. Maybe they just had a bunch of spare remotes laying around. So if you're looking at these speakers, it's probably likely that you're also looking at the Marshall speaker lineup. So I've rounded up some speakers for the speaker comparison. Most notably, I would imagine the Klipsch 3 is probably going to be most comparable to the Stanmore, and the 1 will probably be somewhere between the Stanmore and the Acton. I threw in the Tufton and the Woburn for good measure as well. For this test, I'm going to be using my normal microphone, and I'm going to be kind of playing them by ear to get them all to approximately the same volume. So go ahead and get your earbuds on, and let's take a listen. This was actually really tough because I had unboxed these speakers earlier this morning, and I had listened to them, and I had a different impression than I do tonight. When I first opened them and listened to them, I thought that the Klipsch 3 sounded a little anemic. Like, basically, like if I were to draw it, you would see kind of like the middle tones, like all the midtones like kind of disappear, and the treble and the bass were strong. And then when I listened to the Klipsch 1, I actually was really impressed this morning. However, after that test, I intentionally chose like a super bassy first song just to see what they do. And man, they all did terrible. Like even the Marshalls were struggling. Like the 1 had no chance. The 3 had no chance. Also, I think my floor was rumbling a little bit. So not all of that was the speakers. It might have been some of just my house. But once we got onto the other songs, that's where I started to be able to hear the difference. And I was pushing all these speakers pretty hard. I definitely came away with the conclusion that like the Stanmore, in comparison to the Klipsch 1 and 3, definitely handles bass a lot better overall, and it seems to self-regulate a little bit better, whereas like the Klipsch 1 and 3, they will let you just shoot them way out of limits till they start distorting. And I think that's a byproduct of the Bluetooth 4.0, is because your control with the Bluetooth is really just for the connection and not so much for the limitation on the volume, like it is with the Bluetooth 5.0, where you literally can't max it out anymore. So there's like no built-in protection. Essentially, that's kind of how I'm interpreting it. When I listened to them on the sound test, I thought that the Stanmore was a little bit better in comparison to them. Obviously, the Woburn was really good, but it does well with bass. The Acton was, it was getting blown out too hard. And then the Tufton was pretty good. I had no problems with the Tufton. I think that also did a good job. So what I did after the main test is I listened to them at a little bit lower volume, both the 1 and the 3, and they definitely play a lot better at lower volumes when you're not pushing them to their limits. I would say they're actually better at lower volumes than the Stanmore was. The Stanmore kind of gets just weak at a lower volume, and it's much better if you're trying to listen to something a lot louder. That's where all of its dynamics, like its bass and treble and midtones, kind of shine. But like the song that I really liked the Klipsch 3 on was Mr. Kitty After Dark. I actually really liked it a lot more on the 3 than I did the Stanmore. And the 1 did just about as good of a job. I think the Klipsch 1 is actually probably the better deal, price-wise. And like volume-wise, yeah, maybe it doesn't get quite as loud, but if you start getting super loud, it's going to distort. And so like might as well just get the 1 instead of the 3. That doesn't really significantly sound that much better. Like there was a little more presence to the noise on the 3 when it got louder. And like I said, it sounded really good on the Mr. Kitty song I can't play for you, but I hope I didn't confuse you more by doing all of that. It just was really hard to tell. Some songs sounded way better on the others than they did on others. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and check out my other videos in case you haven't seen those. Give this a thumbs up or leave a comment. I read them all, and also I think it helps my algorithm. It just helps me get a little bit more moolah down the road so I can make videos, which I really enjoy doing. So gold star for all of you that made it to the end. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye.